So welcome everyone. We are here as part of the OSCE study tour on transboundary water cooperation. Over the last few days, we explored together discussions in Geneva and in Koblenz, touching upon a number of challenges and solutions as well when it comes to managing water resources across borders, so in a transboundary way. Today, we are trying to focus on the role that technology and innovation has in strengthening flood resilience, with insights from both CNH and ZASO. And I have the pleasure of having here today Sylvia from CNH, many of you already met, and Benjamin Erga from ZASO. Now, the urgency of this topic became very clear during the 2021 Ahrtal flooding here in Germany, which reminded us of the importance really of early warning systems, risk reduction, and also ecosystem-based approaches. So let us now hear from the private sector how technology can contribute to mitigating flood risks, while also supporting ecosystem services in an environmental way. Let's begin with CNH, with Sylvia. Could you briefly introduce CNH work and also how it connects with sustainable water management and disaster risk reduction? Over to you.
Thank you, Letizia. Yes, at the CNH, we are strongly committed to sustainable development, and water management plays a key role in that. We have previously partnered with the OSCE through initiatives such as Drop of the Future. And here in Koblenz region, our focus is on practical solutions, so machinery and tools that support vegetation and ditch management.
Thank you. And just a brief follow-up on this. So this means that agricultural and land management tools can really play a role when it comes to disaster risk reduction, right?
Exactly, absolutely. As you said, preparedness and mitigation are also about day-to-day land management, and our machines help reduce blockage, restore natural water pathways, and therefore lower flood risks.
Thank you so much. I think this really shows how really such technology can help in reducing also potential tensions, because that's what we are talking about also when it comes to managing risks, and in turn contribute to stability and security in the affected region. So now I'd like to turn to ZASO, to Benjamin. Could you share a bit about your company and his mission?
Yes, of course. Thank you very much, Letizia. And thank you for having me on. ZASO specializes in electric weeding. Electric weeding is an alternative to chemical weeding and mechanical weeding. It is both efficient and sustainable. Generally speaking, how it works, it is the killing of weeds and invasive plants using electricity and applying it on the plants and into the roots. So it's a very effective way of treating the weeds. In the ditch vegetation management, we developed a way of accessing the invasive plants along rivers with a hydraulic arm. So it's a great way to treat the roots of those invasive plants. And we also developed smaller solutions that are available to organizations.
Thank you so much. And so this means also that we have environmental benefits, right, when it comes to these technologies?
Yeah, for sure. If you compare to chemical weeding, it's essentially the same efficiency, but without the toxic residues that would contaminate the soil and the water. So it's as efficient as chemical weeding, but no toxic residues, no impact on the bees, on the insects. And if you compare it to mechanical management, because the electricity just goes into the plants, it does not create erosion or soil disturbance. And of course, it's much more efficient than mechanical weeding, which is done at the surface level. I would say if you look at the technology electric weeding, 7 or 8 of the UN SDG goals are contributed by electric weeding.
Thank you. This really sounds great. And when it comes to flood prevention, flood management, could you explain how your work in ditches and vegetation management is connected to flood prevention? So how does the electric weeding specifically and directly also helps to reduce such floods and such risks?
Sure. If you look at invasive plants, which are the ones that are growing next to the riverbanks, they have huge roots, and those roots grow 2 meters down and 7 meters horizontally, and they grow really, really fast, up to 10 or 20 centimeters per day. So it's important to treat the invasive plants at the root level, and electric weeding is great for that. So an operator would go to the river and do 2 or 3 applications to really start reducing the rate of growth of those invasive plants, which are today one of the reasons why the embankment of the soil is not kept. So it helps reduce the density of the invasive plants. We've had clients who've hired third-party research and consulting groups that have looked and measured over a year the impact of electric weeding treatments, and they've noticed a significant reduction of the density and also the diameter of the roots. And so all of that together is really helpful to protect the rivers from inundation.
Fantastic. And I mean, as we are here with this study tour, well, we will soon be with this study tour, which is bringing together water and environmental professionals from Central Asia and from the South Caucasus. So how, in your view, could also this technology be translated in different regions and applied in other transboundary settings? And how accessible are they when it comes to municipal staff to learn about this technology and apply in their daily work?
Yeah, I mean, we have a portfolio of solutions that are powered by different platforms, tractors, tool carriers, but also batteries. And so we have handheld or entry-level solutions that can be used when the large devices are not able to be used. And so those price points are much lower. And when we deliver devices, we do training, we make sure that the local community is empowered and can use them very easily.
Super. Thank you so much once again to both you and Silvia for your contributions. I really believe that when technologies of this kind are integrated in cross-sectoral planning, into coordination, they can really help to make a difference when it comes to disaster risk reduction. As we have heard, reduced water use, better coordination, they make the land and more resilience, and in turn water management. And these are all crucial elements that, of course, which also with the data and information sharing make a huge role in making sure that we have efficient systems and also that we can be resilient to disasters. So thank you so much once again.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.